If you've been following this or seen this casually on the news, you'll notice that every so often, while they're doing some of these hazing in the pledge section, I guess, or time of these groups, that few young men especially have died because the hazing ritual can get so brutal, I guess, and then they beat them or torture them in certain ways, and then they die. But just think about that here. Just this is part of the normal occurrences in many of these universities where you have to take a pledge, and the pledge is a pledge that you have to pay some price. And the price you pay basically is a statement if you're part of the group. But the price is either very humiliating or very painful. And I guess if it's painful, it's humiliating also. And this is what you have to do. So you have to kind of lower yourself to like a very low life baseline in order for you to be able to be part of them. So that alone tell me that this doesn't make sense. If you have to basically swallow your pride and basically lower yourself like a dog and gravel to be part of anything, this is just terrible. It's a terrible precedent to set, and it's a terrible thing to do for any society. You don't want people to, in order for them to belong in a nation, that they have to go along with evil or make themselves be susceptible or accept some evil treatment for them to be part of the group. So you're like, oh, it's a frat boy mentality. So somebody say, okay, I'll join your group. And it's not, no, that's not enough for you to join the group. What you need to do is I need to embarrass you, humiliate you, treat you like a wild animal, beat you, torture you, and now you're part of the group. Well, what does that tell you about the group? That the group, in order for you to be part of the group, everybody in the group has to be like some of the most silly, dumbest people that do dumb stuff to be part of a group. That makes them dangerous. And this is why it's predicted that these organizations are going to be some of the organizations that destroy morally and wipe out the moral fabric in the country. Because when you have a whole bunch of men that's going to become part of the businesses in the country, part of the political structure in the country, and they're mindless sheeples, they just go along to the slaughter mindlessly because they were inculcated this bad behavior, that whatever you're told, just do it, even if it's immoral, sadistic, sick, because you need to be part of the club. That's a terrible thing to have in a nation. And then the colleges are something that is uplifted as great. This is part of becoming a man. And I know this is a temporary ban, if I'm reading properly. Florida State University will just ban it until they step up to the plate and offer some solutions so they don't keep having these young men dying. But it would have been great if it was a permanent ban and just ban these organizations, because they're not for the peace of the country. And so when we talk about what is designed for the peace of the nation, although we understand that this nation is a nation that's built upon freedom, but this is an organization that, although people are free to join what they want to do and make themselves into zombies, it is still something that is important for us to note, that if you follow Jesus and Christ has made you free, there's no need for you to have somebody break your will by you submitting to torture. You imagine there's people protesting, people being tortured, say in Guantanamo Bay or other places that America take people and torture them with the CIA. And people protest this. But you have these young men in their 18, 19, 20, whatever, that they say, oh, I'll take the torture and become part of your group. And then these young men are going to become part of society. And when we see immorality in the political sphere or immorality in the church, because I've been amongst church leaders, pastors, and members who I think, is this a frat house or is this a church? Because they just mindlessly go along with evil. And then I start to realize, oh, it's just part of what the society inculcate in sometimes the best of them. And you say, oh, look at this person here. They have advanced degrees. They are supposed to be sensible, but they behave in an adult world like they're some, college drunk. Weird. But this is not what makes for the peace of the nation. For the peace of the nation, one needs to be a free, moral, independent, if all of that works together, agent, and one need to be able to judge situation as the situation come, per situation, not, whatever the group says, that's what I do. And I notice this type of behavior can be especially seen in the nation where, everybody just get into a mindset. This is for this reason. And if a narrative is put forward by a political campaign or by a nefarious group who want to control the masses, everybody just run along and say, yeah, that's the way we answer that question. And you're like, how? How is that so? So I believe this is something that one has to watch, because this is something that you see inculcated. You see people who are supposed to seem moral just by looking at them. I'm talking. They seem like upright person. They seem decent. They talk. They sound sensible. And when it's time for them to make a decision, they just fold, weak. And you say, where did you get this from? And you start talking to them, and you say, what? What did you make them put you through? Wow, man, why would you do that? Why would you make a group of people charge you to be a part of them? They should be so happy to have you to be a part of them that's it. They should be just happy. No, you're going to submit to some type of embarrassment, and now you're part of the group, and then you now go along later on and do the same thing to some other young men. Oh, man, now I understand why you behave the way you behave. You kind of learn to just act in that mindlessness. So if you have been somebody that's been part of this type of stuff, you need to check in, just really look at Christ and look at how Christ functioned. He was no frat boy. He was nobody that's gonna sit there and because the Pharisees wanted stuff a certain way. It's like, okay, I'll do it because you're the big guys. No, Christ ain't no frat boy. And so it is with John the Baptist. John the Baptist, his father was one of the main priests in Israel, but he was no frat boy. He was no like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat my conscience so that I can be part of your group. And we surely here don't promote that. You need to do the right because it's right. You need to be an independent moral agent because that's what God called you for. You have a brain, and your brain is not connected to anyone else's brain. And you need to tap into the Bible and to God and learn to stand on your own 2 feet and don't have to feel like your value and your worth in life is because you're connected to this organization or that organization. You have to answer to God and God alone. So that's what we believe here. We believe this is what makes for the good of a nation. We have too many people that just go along because they're on the Republican side or the Democratic side, they're on the left or the right, the conservative, the liberal. No, you take each issue and you judge it independent on its own and learn to think for yourself. God will bless you.